How's it going, guys? This is Avollon, and welcome back to Avollon's World. In the last episode, we built this prize treasure trophy room. We also built this map wall, and we also built a storage room. So if you missed it, go check it out. We got a lot done. Here's the map, and it looks pretty fancy, if I say so myself. But in today's episode, as I hinted at the end of the last episode, I heard that we're going to be working on a sugarcane farm. At least I kind of hinted towards sugar and paper, so hopefully some of you figured it out. But we built a tiny boardwalk type thing, which is kind of what I was going for, down here. And I know I said at the end of the last episode I wanted to make more structures above ground. And what do? Next episode I go and dig another hole in the side of a mountain. So yeah, that just shows you how my mind thinks. But I had this pre-planned out before I even said that. So from here on out, I want to try going above ground. But for this one, we're going to go below ground a little bit. We're still not technically below ground level. We're at Y87. So anyway, we are going to be using slime blocks for the sugarcane farm. And there's water. I think 2 blocks behind that is our water stream from the netherwort farm. So we're kind of getting a little close on some measurements here. I wanted to make it bigger. I wanted to go with 128 sugarcane in total, but yeah, I ran into that and I don't want to move it. And then I thought, well, in my other world, I only got 48 sugarcane planted in my farm, and I don't have that much use for sugarcane. I can use it for trading, but I haven't gotten that far in that world. I haven't gotten this far in this world, so by the time I need sugarcane for trading, I should have a good enough supply, and what this farm will reduce will supply my demand for rockets. So, I'm going to get cracking on getting some of the bare basics in place here. I have these blocks here marking out. These are where the spots where the sugarcane are going to go. 8 blocks across. There's going to be slime blocks that push them. I wanted 16. And I know slime blocks can move up to 12 blocks, but I don't have room for 24, so we're going to go with 16. And I think I'm going to do 4, yeah, 4 modules, I think, altogether, after I'm all set and done. And then I'm actually going to be able to walk down the middle of them. There's going to be a 3 block gap in between the modules, so you'll be able to look inside each individual sugarcane module. Saying module way too many times, but you'll be able to see the farm and it working. There were a couple other designs that I was thinking on doing, but I never really used slime blocks for sugarcane farms before, so I figured, got the farm and I got slime blocks, let's do that one. So without further ado, I'm gonna get cracking, get some redstone in place, and I will be back once I got some progress to show you guys. Got some designs in place here. Got some stuff built up. Nothing actually works just yet. However, I have a little bit of redstone in place. I have to add a hopper clock at the end, connect it all up, and then it should work. But this is the design that we got, and I actually really like how this looks. It serves no purpose to allow me to walk down here, but it looks cool. Like, it's really simplistic, but gets the job done. Got more terracotta. Surprisingly, I completely didn't plan on the terracotta being used like this. I wanted it for the floor, or, the walls, to make it interesting. But then I remembered slime blocks don't stick to it, so it kind of worked out perfectly. We got some lanterns in there, and everything looks pretty cool. This entire thing's all spawn proof, so we don't need lights in there. Looks pretty cool. And I actually was able to get another module right here, and we'll get another one right here, and then another 2 right there. Right here, if I can break it, and how can I don't know how I did that earlier. I did something earlier that allowed me to, like, get all the way down in the crawling position. You can't even see it, now that I think of it. But on one way, here, we've got redstone leading off of the torch, while the ones that are right next to each other just have repeaters on one section, so that way it doesn't connect up, and it's kind of tileable that way then. So, I mean, obviously repeaters are a little bit more expensive than redstone dust, but for this purpose, I don't care. I'm just glad that I get to have 2 more modules in this thing, which gives me another 32 stalks of sugarcane in the farm. So we'll have, I don't know, I can't do quick math off the top of my head, and I don't want to try it either. So I'm going to get the second half of this farm put in place and maybe start planning out this middle room here. It's not even in the middle, I don't know why I called it that, but we're going to have the storage right here. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chest wide by I think 4 or 5 tall. However many I can really fit. I want as much storage as I can get because I don't know how fast this thing is going to produce sugarcane. And mobs just gather up out there because it's under the overhang, so zombies and skeletons just don't care. And they don't burn, and they just stick around, and that's all I hear. So I might have to light that up later. But I'm going to build the other 2 modules and start to decorate this thing, and I will be back when I got some more progress to show you. And I didn't place these glass blocks, now I did. back. I decided to do a time lapse of the last 2 modules, or 3 actually. Forget there's always a middle one. The last 3 modules, so you can see how I did them. And I just put in the last of the blocks. I didn't put in the fancy terracotta wall decoration thing, whatever you want to call it. And I had to finish up on some glass. I didn't have enough, ran out. But everything is in place now, at least for the sugarcane wise. All the beginnings of the redstone is in place, but we have yet to hook up anything else. I started laying out the room here to figure out exactly where things are going to go, and I made a little entranceway here, which I think is really cool. I think it's got a whole bunch of green and some sandstone, and decided to throw in some birch because it kind of matches. Trying to mix up some textures here a little bit. I might run some birch stairs around the outskirts of the room here, just to kind of throw a little bit of a texture variation into the mix here. It is a lot of sandstone, but we got green, and I really like how the lime, this is lime green concrete, right? Yeah, lime concrete, not even lime green, looks against the sandstone. So I'm gonna get to decorating this room because I wanted it kind of decorated and kind of finished before I continue any further. We're gonna have chests in these 2 empty slots. I think it's 6 slots wide, and then we can get 4 chests tall. These are half slabs, that's why I have them there. And we can even do what we did in our storage room and kind of push this down a block and then run stairs along here, giving us another double chest for storage, which I think is probably a good idea because I want to have as much storage as I can for this thing. And eventually, maybe, I put half slabs over here too. We might do the same thing over here, though I might put in a placeholder wall for now until we get our melon and pumpkin farms up and running. So they might come down here just so this, I don't even know what to call this room, entry room, or I don't even know what to call it anymore, but it gets a little bit more purpose with melon and pumpkins, so we don't have to run around and search 20 different chests for all of our stuff, because in my last world I actually had everything leading into my storage room, and in this one I decided to be a little bit funner to just kind of spread them out, so I didn't just have to go, okay, check my storage room, alright, I can actually run around and see everything, explore everything. And there was a pig up there, like right before I started. He was literally right there. Where the heck did he go? Alright, well, I'm gonna get to building and doing some stuff and things. We gotta get in the water collection stream yet and hook up the hopper clock to activate the farm. But after that, this entire thing will be up and running, and I think we've got 64 plus 32, so we don't exactly have 128, but better than what I originally intended. So I'm going to get to building, and I will be back when I got some progress to show. Alright, so I got the room finished. I swapped out the lime concrete here for some more glazed terracotta, because I ended up using all of it on the floor. Now I look at this, I think the sandstone would probably look better here. And cut that off. We can kind of fix that as we go and talk here. So I finished up the room here. Everything looks pretty good. Everything should also be lit up. I realize I probably lost all those slabs, but really don't care. So it might seem a little dark, but that's not where I wanted you to go. It should work. So now all we gotta do is put in the water stream and the redstone, and this farm will be up and running. I decided not to do 2 things of chests here because that's what, it's 5 deep, 6, that's 30 double chests. If I need 60 double chests for a sugarcane farm, I'm making a shulker box loader. That's just ridiculous. And over here we've got another one for symmetrical purposes. But once we get the melon and pumpkin farm going, we might just have half of it be melon, half of it be pumpkin. Because, again, I don't need 30 double chests of melon and pumpkin. So, yeah, it's not like it's going to produce that many and then just stop. But we got some more glazed terracotta on the walls here. We got a whole bunch everywhere, literally everywhere. I noticed it. That one goes that way. That one isn't going the right way. I need to fix that because that will bother me if we do that. And I can't, for some reason you can't like change them unless the block in front of it is open. I'm assuming it has something to do with how it's rotated, but anyway, I'm going to work on getting the water stream put in place behind me here and getting the hoppers put in. We need some soul sand and everything, and then we can put in the hopper clock, and the farm should be running then. It's a nice simplistic design in here, but I actually really like it. That's not right. And I'm noticing these things that are just off. I don't have any slabs. This is good. Yeah, it's 8. Alright, it's still good. So I am going to not make those slabs, but make these slabs, put them back, and I shall get some water streams in place. I gotta get more room in my inventory, so I gotta dig some space out here. I'm storing stuff in my ender chest now. Really need to get to the end to get some shulker boxes. That's like a priority now. Get some torches and some ice, and I will be back once I got some more progress to show you. Alright, well, I didn't get anything accomplished. At the end of the last clip, I heard some walking footsteps I haven't heard before. Sounded almost like hooves on a horse. Turns out it was llamas, and it was a wandering trader. This is our first one of this world. I haven't seen one of these dudes here. I don't think. Might have. I don't think I did. Somehow he got up here, and I heard him over there. So I don't know how he got over here. What do you got? A bucket of pufferfish, some fire coral, some sand. Oh, very interesting, huh? You know, like I guess I'll take 2 buckets of pufferfish from you, just to, you know, get something from you, I suppose. So now we got 2 buckets of pufferfish. You know what? Here, give me a third one. Yeah, really interesting. Alright, give me a 4th one. Oh, now he doesn't have any more pufferfish. Well, I would kill you for the leads, but I don't need them. I have string and I've got plenty of slime balls, so I'll let these guys live. Really wish you could save the llamas. Used to be able to, but now they despawn, which is sad because they're really cool looking. And I could have llamas, but hey. Anyway, figured I'd just show that. Now we got some pufferfish for whatever reason. Yeah. So I'm going to get to work with the water streams now, actually, and I will be back. Alright, so if I did this correctly, the water streams should link up. I'll throw, say, 29 birch slabs down, and we'll see if those make it over to this chest, which hopefully they should. I'm assuming. Clean up the inventory, and there they are. We did 29, right? I already forgot, but they're coming in. Yep, so 29 there, so that's good. I mean, we've got other different areas which could technically not work, so we're going to test out every single module just to make sure the water streams don't get caught anywhere. No blocks are blocking them. Shouldn't. It's always good to double check. We'll throw 7 torches down this one. Okay. We got 29 again from that one. So 29 over here. 7 torches. Nope, I want the shovel. Okay. And all we're going to do is test this middle one. So 7 torches and 4 sandstone. How about that? Does it work? We've got 29. We've got 7 torches and 4 sandstone. So everything checks out. So I'm going to get the redstone in place, and then we should be good to go. And this farm should be running. So I will get some... What is that noise? Alright, well that's a skeleton. But I keep hearing weird foot not footprints. Footsteps. I don't know what they are. So I'm gonna get some redstone in place, and I will be back once I get the farm up and... Alright, so the redstone's in place, the farm is working, sugarcane is growing, and we are getting ourselves some good supplies of sugarcane. Some of this was when it was fully grown until I got the redstone in place, but it does yield a pretty good amount every harvest. I used to use the design that had observers up above here, and when it grew up 3 tall, it would break the crop in the middle. That was a good design. It used a piston and an observer for every single one, where this one uses 1 piston per... It could do 12. This one does 8, so... It's a little bit cheaper if you got the slime blocks, and this one's lossless. It pushes it over, and I don't have to have minecarts with hoppers, which sometimes get stuck. But down here's the redstone. You're just seeing this one flash on. Here's the hopper clock that we used. We've got 70 items in there, and so when this hopper reaches 70, which now it's retracting into the other one, it'll put this one on just long enough to power the repeater, which turns off this torch, hi Enderman, and send a pulse through this entire redstone line, which links up to every single farm. That piston just distracted me. So we can actually see this in action here. I used ImpulseSV's design for his lossless sugarcane farm. I think the video was back from like 2014, so it's an older one. Yeah, 6 years. Man, time flies. But what we ended up doing is modifying it a little bit, because he used, like I said, so there you just seen it, all the farms went activated and harvested, and there goes the sugar cane. Alright, back to Impulse. He had 12, his modules were 12, not 8 blocks long, so it used more slime blocks. We didn't have the room for it, so I couldn't do it that way. And this is like positioned right on the back of one, and how you're supposed to build this farm is kind of in a tower formation, which I could have done, and it would have been a heck of a lot easier. But I decided against it and just built it like this, and it should still work the same way. Shouldn't have any problems. This is one of the drop-off points, so we have easy access to everything practically. This redstone line here is actually pretty complicated, and I want to place a torch here because I don't want anything spawning down here. One of the things that I had to change is in Impulse's tutorial, he only put 69 items in here, which when this hopper reaches 69, it instantly flashes this redstone line just like that. It's really quick, and it's too quick, and it doesn't power the repeater long enough to unpower the torch and invert the signal and send the pulse through. Now, if it was right next to the farm, I think it would be alright, because it powers that block. I don't know. I saw a comment saying to add 70 instead of 69, so I tried it, and it works perfectly now. The farm works, so yeah. So I'll leave a link down below to Impulse's video if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. But yeah, that is everything. All hooked up, and we'll slowly get sugarcane. Let's see if anything comes in. Anything at all? I hear water splashing. That's 1, 2, 3. 3. I mean, not too bad. I believe it goes off every 140 seconds. If we have 70 items, it going back and forth. I think a tick refers to 1 second in our time, so it should be every 140 seconds. This farm activates, and I'll break it off, because once they grow, they have nowhere else to go. They can't grow up to 3 tall, they can only grow up to 2 tall, so yep, it should be pretty good to go. So I'm going to AFK overnight, and I will give you guys the results at the beginning of the next episode. We got 1 more to go till we fight the Ender Dragon, and we can finally get to the end, get ourselves some wings, some shulker boxes, and I can't wait for that. So, without further ado, I'm going to go AFK, then I'm going to go start on that next project, and then we get another episode out. Give you guys a little hint. It's got something to do with gunpowder. And if you guys watched some of the previous episodes and you put 2 and 2 together, there's one project missing from my list and my 10 episode plan that I have planned out. So, without further ado, what did I just say? Further? I don't know. Without further ado, guys, I'm going to go AFK for an hour. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Farewell.